Hey everyone, it's Christine here. Welcome to my channel and welcome to this week's weekly energy reading for the week of August 29th through September 4th. Well, welcome. We're going to dive right in straight to the Astrocap quick astrological overview. We are in the second week of Virgo season. Let me know how you all are doing down below. Have you shifted? Have you felt your mental plane, your mind just fill up? Are you thinking about a lot of things, trying to tackle your to-do list, cleaning, reorganizing? There's been a lot going on, especially with our mental headspace and our communication. On the 25th of August last week, Mercury went into Libra, so that obviously enhanced the way we think. It also helped us to see many different points of view, as Libra tends to be very diplomatic and peace-loving. At the same time, many of you may be experiencing difficulty making choices. That's one of the attributes we gotta love about Libras. We are also in the Mercury shadow retrograde period. Mercury goes retrograde on September 9th, so next week, and it's going so in the sign of Libra. And there's going to be a lot more earth energy and also air energy coming here. So tons of planets are going retrograde. When Mercury goes retrograde, this will be planet number 6. So this is such a wonderful time to really go inward and go deep, introspect, reassess. Anything with right, with the prefix re. Reassess, reanalyze, review, reflect on all aspects of your life, because all of these planets that have gone retrograde, they do. The transits will be occurring in different parts of your natal chart, but they affect different parts of our lives. And at the same time, we're also dealing with healing simultaneously and trying to just live a life here on Earth while we're learning all of this. We have the first quarter moon in Sagittarius happening on Saturday, September 3rd at 2:08 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, New York City time for reference. And so this is all about clarifying your goals and also updating them before we get to the full moon in Pisces on September 10th. Yep, the day after Mercury goes retrograde. So it's going to be a big release in a water sign, no less. But we have the sun, which is obviously in Virgo. It's going to be squaring the moon in Sagittarius. So we've got two mutable signs, and they pair well because they allow us to have the energy of Sagittarius, which is the vibrancy, the optimism, the zest, and allowing us to keep going towards our goals and keep working on them, especially if they're related to Virgo themes like health, wellness, work, service, volunteer, our routines, our self-care, etc. And so make sure to stay focused, focus on what needs to get done, and use that energy to your benefit. Something to be careful of, we have the moon opposing Mars in Gemini. So a lot of mercurial energy here. Be careful of losing your cool or your temper or doing things in haste. Just think things through and you'll be good to go. Let's go straight into the Astrocap. We're going to start with tarot. I'm going to switch it up this week and then we'll pull some oracle. I also want to take the time to thank you all for your support, for your kindness, for your love, and for your comments. I really appreciate you all. I love getting to know you, and I'm really grateful that I'm meeting really wonderful people in this community. I know as we shift, there are just, hopefully we can feel it. I know apart from some of the experiences with, I'm feeling like overthinking and just a lot of things happening in my mind. It feels like things are slowing down just a little bit. And that's why I like retrograde season, and when we culminate during these times in this energy, because it allows us just a brief respite to kind of get our shit together. So this is an amazing time, like I said, in all areas. Think about your physical, energetic, spiritual, mental, emotional well-being, and assess all those. And don't get overwhelmed. Just start with one area and work on it. That's it. Okay, we're gonna do a last shuffle because I shuffled these cards already. Ah, you guys, I'm having difficulty. I'm having difficulty already talking. I have been. I think you guys have heard me. Let's see what's going on this week. What does the universe want us to know for this week ahead? What's going on? I feel like I have to go extra slow with my words. We got the 7 of discs. This is earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. King of Swords. There is the air. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Oh, I thought this was one card. We got Judgment. Libra. Wu Wei. This is an additional card in this deck. 2 of discs. This is earth energy. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. I'll put them up here so you all can see them. So there is a focus on our stability, our own internal safety, and also care. I see it here with the 7 of discs, and speaking our truth and essentially really expressing our needs to others, demarcating boundaries. Right away I'm getting this, especially with the sword. The King of Swords, some denote this as Libra energy, but this is someone who can appear detached, but it's really about protecting their energy, using that for things that they know are for their highest good, not being afraid to cut people off. Because we see the butterfly. Some of you are going or undergoing massive transformations in your mental landscape, the way you think, the way you communicate, the way you want to express yourself. A lot of this is happening like in real time right now. And we're going to have an extra boost, not just because we have Mars in Gemini. Venus is going to be going into Virgo next week. It's going to leave Leo and go into Virgo. We have Mercury that's going to retrograde in Libra. These are all very strong signs that deal with communication. They're ruled by Mercury, they're ruled by Libras by Venus, and they're very analytical. So some of you are really rethinking how you express yourselves in the world, but more so about boundaries here. Some of you have really gotten clear about where you want to share your wealth. And when I say wealth, I'm not talking about financial wealth here. For some, I mean, of course, with the earth energy, it can be. This is more about your energy, your time, your space, your presence. Like where and with whom are you sharing this with? Some of you are really rethinking, you're rethinking those boundaries. Where do I need to insert energetic boundaries, physical boundaries? How can I better take care of myself? Because some of these updated or revamping of wellness routines, self-care routines, they're going to depend on you creating that time and space for yourself. And that means you're going to have to cut some things out. You won't be able to juggle everything. And we have bees here too. Wow, these look like apples. There's a lot of abundance. Many of you are very much focused on your mind, body, soul aspect, particularly your body, with the physical aspect here of this 7 of discs, 7 of pentacles card and energy. Really set time for yourself this week, because when you want something, I feel like some of you overgive. And these 2 cards clearly indicate to me it's time to look in one direction. In other words, it's time to look at you. You don't see them mirroring one another. There's no exchange of reciprocity. This is simply telling people, this is me time. I'm about to birth, and I'm really working on the creation of many new things. You see this person has like, it looks like a pregnant belly to me, but still the belly to me signifies abundance, creation, birthing. Many of you are getting down. I almost wanted to say down and dirty, but you're getting very focused on what it is that you want to accomplish and grow. Some of you are starting to see the fruits of your manifestation, and you're working really hard. But that also means that you're going to have to be really strict with your boundaries and communicate and express yourselves, especially to those around you that may not like the fact that you've put boundaries. This speaks to the Judgment card. You're going to have some revelations, some things coming up this week. I'm getting that may be surprising, and it could have to do with the way that you are moving forward, the way that you have changed, the way you communicate, the way that you're putting and setting boundaries in your life. Essentially, you putting you first. Some people are not going to like that, and I feel like you're going to know which energies are going to try to test you and which aren't. This is definitely the Judgment card. Libra energy, it's about balancing things out. There's going to be people that are going to be exiting. There's a clear focus here on you. Look at the direction of this person. With the Wu Wei, it's also about not forcing things, allowing things to flow, take inspired action when needed. This is not forced action. For some of you, this week you're being called to not grip on too tightly, not control things, especially when you do set your boundaries. if you do speak up about something, because there's a strong need here to speak up and to speak your truth, to express yourself. The king doesn't stay quiet. When the King of Swords wants to say something, they say it, and they make no apologies. But also don't force things. You're going to get that intuitive nudge when you have to speak, and it's about going with things. Here, similar. I get that similar Wu Wei vibe. You're like, you know what? Sometimes things don't need a response right now. Sometimes I don't have to react in a certain way. I can respond, and sometimes that means silence. Choosing me over others. With the Two of Discs, this is more earth energy. I get balance. This is also about reciprocity, give and take, but I feel strongly there's a lot of butterflies here. Some of you are going through major transformations in your partnerships, relationships, in your mental landscape, and how you think. And this is too about boundaries and achieving balance in your life. There's a need to really rethink the way that you're giving your time and energy this week. I've mentioned this a few weeks ago, and probably since, if I recall correctly. Really take care of the management of your energy. It's going to be super important. It's always important, but more so now than ever with a lot of things coming up. You have that choice. There's a need to keep a balance here, because some of you are going through rebirths right now, transformations. Things are changing, and the decisions you make will facilitate those changes, hopefully in the direction and in the manner in which you want. I'm going to get another deck. Let's see what else. You know what? We're going to use this deck. This is the Tarot of the Divine. This is really, really decisive, beautiful energy. I get such strength from this. I feel like many of you are just tired of people draining you, of people using you. You're letting things go. A really big focus on relationships. There's going to be a need to really get clear on what it is that you value, what it is that you want. Because this is Virgo season's about that. Focusing in on the details and then speaking them. There's no more trying to hide how you're feeling. No more. I keep getting water under the bridge. I don't know if this is something that you guys have to say to someone, or there's something that some of you may have to express. But Judgment is the last card of the Major Arcana, 20. And so this is it. This is a release. For some of you, this is an ending, or will be endings with some friendships, relationships of any kind. Take it as it resonates. You guys have picked you. I'm getting the strong energy. It's like, it's me. What other messages, please? What else do we need to know for this week? Whoa, they all want to come out. What other messages, please? Thank you. Oh, you know what I like to do? Sometimes I'll peek under the deck. Look, we got Queen of Discs, you guys. This was in the Luna Sol Tarot deck that I'm using. This is Taurus energy, you all. And this is really someone who's in their power and also empowered. This queen does not take BS from anyone. Look at her. She's also very abundant, really nurtures herself. This is the energy that I'm getting. Many of you are cutting people out. It's not just people, but people, places, things. With the Two of Discs, Two of Pentacles card, I get people as well. Some of you have big decisions that you're going to have to make. They're really not that big. They're really straightforward, but it's the meanings that have been assigned to them. We got the Eight of Swords. This is more air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And we got the Devil, Capricorn energy. So some other things to be aware of. With the Eight of Swords, again, ooh, and the Devil. Immediately I'm getting, don't be reactive. We have some energies, especially with Mars in Gemini, but some energies this week. Well, today the moon is actually in Libra. So take some care in how you want to express yourself and really communicate from a place of authenticity for you, what it means. This is also about leaving behind anything that has kept or tried to silence you. And this could be metaphorically speaking. Sometimes we ourselves don't express what we need, but there's a need here to overcome that. With the Devil card I'm getting, It's literally, because I'm getting a lot of transformation with the butterflies, with the snake. This is really the time to, I want to say come out of your shell, but it's more than that. It's time to rip that shell off and claim yourself and speak and express what it is that you desire. Some of you may have been surrounded by people that took advantage of you, or you're finding out things are coming to light. People may have not always respected who you are, your time, and some of you may have entertained this energy. And this week, it's all going to be about making that decision. Do I continue down this path, or do I stake something new and say, no, I'm done. Like, I'm cutting this, and this out. I'm focusing on myself and growing what it is that I want. Let's get some guidance. The message here is pretty straightforward for this week. Be careful of people pleasing, holding yourself back. There's fear. There's some fear here that I'm sensing, especially when it comes to expressing who you are. But I feel like many of you may be at a point where you're starting to realize your own value and worth, and how much you care about yourself, and how important it is to find balance, reciprocity in all areas of your life. Some of you may have had an imbalance. Maybe you're working too much, or playing too much, or you're having this, I'm getting strongly in relationships, an imbalance, a one-sidedness. Because if you want to focus on growth and self-care, you also have to focus on other aspects of your life that are contributing to the lack of this self-care. And this could also speak to personal vices. Perhaps some of you have some habits to release and replace them with more positive, enhancing, supportive ones that'll help you reach your goals. This could be procrastination, perhaps sleeping late and not accomplishing what you want in the morning, making time for what it is that you do want to do. Okay. Can we get final guidance, please? They all fell out here. Oh, no. Nope. There was like 6 or 7 of them that were coming out. Any final guidance? Thank you. Okay. Let me move these up. For guidance, we have the Queen of Cups. This is water energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Knight of Cups. Again, more water. Page of Cups. More water. 9 of Cups. All water here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and 4 of Swords, Air, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Let me put this up here. Right away, I get your guidance. It's time for you. It's time to put yourself on a pedestal, to put yourself back on the pedestal, I'm hearing, and to focus on your care, your self-care. The Queen of Cups is very much in touch with who she is, with her intuition, with her needs, with being able to balance relaxation with work, right? With resting and taking care of herself. And this is regardless of sex and gender, by the way. The Queen also knows when to nurture herself. She really taps in and focuses. Some of you are going to have to pay attention to your intuition this week. And it could be difficult because of all the earth energy that we have, and also a lot of the air energy, a lot of thinking, a lot of logical, analytical thinking, being in our minds and not always being in our bodies. So I'm also getting with these cards to really be mindful of that and tap into what your body's telling you, because you're going to feel it. This is about pouring into yourself, offering yourself those bouquet of roses, that gourmet meal, that picnic meal, putting yourself first. With the Page of Cups, this is also, and with the 9 of Cups, it's about focusing on what it is that you want to accomplish. Very similar energy here that we saw with the 7 of Pentacles. Some of you are very focused on your goals right now, and this speaks to that. Don't stop dreaming. What is it that you want to accomplish right now? Because there's going to be success when you pour your heart into it. This is about returning back to you. Virgo season, it's very much about ourselves. And hence, the Hermit energy, right? But it's a lot of introspection. And with the 4 of Swords, I get that. It's about tending to your heart, to your needs, And this is a time to, again, cut out energies, people, places, things, belief systems too, especially with the Devil card. Things that are no longer working. Drop those. Use the energy that we have, especially since we just had the new moon in Virgo. It's been 2 days. We had it on the 27th. Today at the filming of this, it's Monday, the 29th. So you can still capitalize and use this energy to set goals, especially related to Virgo. And a lot of these themes talk about taking care of yourself, because that truly forms the foundation to succeed. If you want to accomplish things and you have goals that you want to work on, or you want to, whatever it is that you want to do, and maybe you're working right now, maybe the mornings you're going to have to get up earlier, and that could be a new goal. But there's a focus here on completely returning to self, and to not stop pouring into yourself. This is very much about amping yourself up. Okay, let's grab some tarot. I really like this message, the energy and the guidance that we're getting this week, to really re-examine where it is that we're putting our energy. And it's really easy to bypass this and to be like, oh, it's working. But if you ever do or take hold of any of those time logs where you actually write down where you've put your time, oh my gosh, it could be so, I'm not going to say upsetting, it could be shocking. That's a better word, because you may not realize how much you watch Netflix or are on the computer, or are surfing the internet, or whatever it is that you do. And you're like, oh my goodness, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and a place, right? But some of you, I feel, have goals to accomplish, especially with the Page of Cups and Nine of Cups. There are so many things you all want to bring into your reality, to manifest. So many different forms of abundance, of getting money, financial wealth, love, stability, new homes, careers, schooling, so many different things. But that means you're going to have to change something up in your routine. Can we get some additional guidance, please? What else do we need to know for this week? Okay. Okie dokie. Okay. Angelic protection at the bottom of this deck. So you all, we got 3 cards. We got raise your vibration. You know, that happens a lot when we cut out shit that no longer serves us. And I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. Shit like that's never easy, but you've got a choice again, you or them. And that could be people, places, things, or belief systems. If you're just tired of the way things may be going in some aspect of your life, more than likely that means something has to change, and that's probably you, because we can't we can't force anyone else to change. So cleaning things up around you, this could be energetically, physically, spiritually, emotionally, that's going to help raise your vibration. It's going to help get in touch with yourself and who you are. It's also going to help you manifest what it is that you want. Because when you start getting rid of old belief systems, people around you that don't bring you down, that take advantage of you, one-sided relationships of all kinds, maybe toxic situations, habits, jobs, whatever they are, it's like you rise back up. And that's going to allow you to really focus on what it is that you do want. We got holy love. Immediately, I get the Saint Rose of Lima, Santa Rosa de Lima, who's someone that I work with. And she was very focused on assisting others, especially the poor, and really very selfless, perhaps very, very too selfless. She did a lot of things to herself in order to take the attention away from her. But I'm feeling here, there's a strong need to connect to yourself, a lot of feminine energy. Connect to yourself, because when we connect to our intuition, that's when we get all of the golden nuggets, when we get the knowings and the messages. This is about your love of self too. This energy cleanup, if you will, this need to talk, to express your truth, to communicate what it is that you want, whether it's to your partner, to your kids, to colleagues at work, to friends. This is an act of love for yourself, and this demonstrates not just to them, but to you, and also to your spiritual team. Roses, they are the flower that vibrates at the highest frequency, that's closest to love. There's a lot of angelic presence and rainbow presence here. Some of you may really have a strong fascination with roses right now. We have double here. Look, we got red roses. We also have romance and connection. Okay. So some of you may be coming into contact. Again, this is going to be for, I'm getting different things here. For those of you that are in partnerships, this could be an opportunity to connect even more. To communicate. I'm hearing emotional connection, intimacy, especially when Venus goes into Virgo next week, but this week it's in Leo. There's a chance to communicate from the heart and to speak what it is that you want. Sometimes communication can be a barrier in getting closer to your partner. For those that are single and looking, I feel like speaking up, expressing yourself and getting out is going to help you connect to others. Some of you may be holding back if you're dating at this time or wanting to explore that option. Some of you may not be expressing who you truly are because you're still afraid of how others are perceiving you or judging you. You may also be, I'm hearing, like attracting people that are not in at your frequency and your vibe. So you got to use discernment and your intuition. I'm also getting some Taurus energy. Really take time to connect to yourself and romance yourself. This goes with self-love, and this is actually another way to raise your vibration when you think about it. This is really tapping into the feminine energy. Take yourself on dates. Do things that nurture your soul, that you truly love. It doesn't have to be what people may traditionally think of as romantic. Maybe that means taking yourself to a movie or grabbing your favorite burger or going to the park and watching a sunset, whatever it is. There's an element here of being present, being mindful, of living in the now. Some of you may also be seeking, I'm just hearing greater intimacy, greater connection with people overall. This doesn't have to be just romantic. It could be with friendships, maybe people at your work. I'm hearing those of you that own your own organization, company, or that are in C-suite level positions. You may want to become closer to your employees, get to know them more on a more personal level. But there's a greater need and a shift towards intimacy here. And that's predicated on also taking care of yourself. You got to be intimate with yourself and know yourself and connect to yourself before we can do it with others. What other messages, please, should we know for this week? Okie dokes. We got Seraphim, Seraphisa. Relax and open up to source. Keep your heart open. This is like solar plexus energy. Reminds me a little bit of the Leo energy, but there's a lot of yellow light you see here about connection to source and the divine. A lot about your heart too and love. There's a strong need to connect back to self, and perhaps this is some Libra Venusian energy peering in here a little bit early because we're still in Virgo energy. But when the retrograde starts, Mercury retrograde, is going into Libra, so it's going to highlight Libran Venusian aspects around relationships, around love. So this is perhaps a peak at the energies coming up. Some of you may be feeling the need to revise, to re-examine, to really take a look again at some relationships, all types, I'm going to say, not just romantic, in your life. Because in order to call in and bring in the new types of people, relationships that you do desire, people have to leave. It's interesting. There's a whole thing here about love. Heart. Being in that energy of love also immediately raises your frequency like no else. It's one of the high vibrating energies that we can be in. Okay. Oh crap, they're going fast. What other messages, please? Okay. I don't know why I'm laughing, you guys. I think I'm just, I'm losing it today. We got Melchizedek. Oh God, I think I butchered it. Excuse me if I didn't pronounce this right. Melchizedek. Higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Total Virgo. This is 9th house energy that I'm getting here. Higher learning. This is also part of your soul lessons or soul lesson that many of you are experiencing right now. It's being able to discern several things. I'm getting boundaries, protecting your energy, which goes with boundaries in itself, knowing when to walk away from things and letting things go. This is Wu Wei energy, not forcing things. Some of you may want to force certain situations in your life or friendships, people. I'm getting people, relationships, situations to continue going, to continue existing, even though they're way past their expiration. So there's something for you to tap into here. I don't think, okay, I'll put it up here. I don't think it'll show otherwise. We have Hilarion, divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. A lot of focus on the heart. Again, this is very much speaking to the heart chakra. Some of you this could be something that's happening right now, and I'm sensing this is to come as well. We'll be working on your heart chakra for forgiveness, compassion, healing, especially if it concerns people and leaving them behind, no matter what the relationship is or what kind or with who. Whenever something ends, even if it's a situation like a job, there's an element of grief here. This is about connecting to yourself right now, because this Virgo period, it's almost like a slowdown, looking within and taking care of ourselves. Green, is it Terra? Supreme protection. You are protected. Cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation and trust. Cords are being cut. Well, we don't cut cords to like furniture, right? We generally cut them to people. So again, there's a highlight here of 7th house energies, even 5th house. Love, dating, but more long-term. Some of these people that you may be disconnecting from, leaving, or take it as it resonates, they may have left you. I feel like there was a longevity there, or some type of time that you've known this person or people. You all are being guided right now, and a lot of this is on partnerships. Do you see? It's almost like the Aries Libra polarity here. There's a need to focus on yourself and speak your truth, and that's going to cause like a domino effect, and some people will respond positively and appreciate that, and others will not, and you're gonna know who immediately. Charity. Another, holy shit, this is prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. This is exactly how Saint Rose of Lima looks like. She had a crucifix, not a crucifix, oh my gosh, I'm using wrong words, you all. A crown of roses with thorns in her head, very similar here. I can't believe it came out twice. There's something about roses here. So there's a need about love. This could be about focusing on love of yourself and really, really, some of you, oh, I'm getting so much right now about your intuition. Tap into your intuition right now. Ask for help, reach out to your spiritual team, and you will get the messages that you need, because some of you may be trying to logically resolve some of these situations, perhaps in this week, but you need to do this from my heart space. This is why it's important to drop into your heart, into feeling, because that's where you're going to get the answers. Something about roses. This focuses on love, recognizing the love that you have for yourself and learning when to walk away from things, learning when to assert yourself, speak up, not taking shit from people anymore. Strong influence here of love. This is all types of love. Love for yourself, but also concerning other relationships, because love is present in friendships and romantic partnerships, family relationships. You see the need, prayer and contemplation, retreat and recharge, higher learning. There's a need to assess something right now. Things that are coming into your awareness. And then cords being cut. You're being protected. Pay special attention this week to your intuition. That may mean a little bit extra time for making sure you do some meditation or getting some alone time for yourself. What other messages? What is this with all these cards coming out? Other messages, please? Holy smokes. should just institute a rule and just be like, okay, first card comes out, we're done. We got solitude and silence, peace prevails. Okay, so some of you have a decision to make or decisions concerning people. I mean, there's a theme here of relationships. And with these two cards, some of you are going to be cutting people out. Because you guys can't see below, I'm going to have to put the cards on top. Going within, connecting to your guides, to your spiritual team, and having some of this alone time, it's going to give you perspective. A lot of focus on learning. But this is more coming from higher learning. Again, you could take it like literally like higher learning, going back to school for maybe a graduate school or finishing college or some type of degree. But for me, for higher learning, I also get spiritual learning, learning from your guides. There's a strong need to connect there. Because we have keep your heart open with Seraphim, Seraphisa, divine healing, retreat to recharge and heal. Queen Terra is oh my gosh, supreme protection. You guys, I'm having trouble speaking. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Ooh, this says it all. Some of you are at a cross point right now and you're like, what the F do? I have no idea. Because look at this. I don't see two people looking at each other. I feel like this is both your energies. You're focused straight ahead. Some of you, but this is also too speaking to me, you may be focused on the past and revising a lot of things, especially with a lot of this energy we have around us. Some of you may be in the mode of reflecting and thinking things through. We have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. This speaks to yourself. Some of you are discovering the strength that you have, the strength that you will have in standing up for yourself. Because when you release what is no longer serving you and what's come to an end, what's expired, you bring in new forms of abundance. Look at this. I got it here with the Nine of Pentacles. We got protected by angels. You're cherished by the angels. There's a strong need here to connect to your higher self, to your spiritual team, whomever you consider part of this team. We have grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. Kind of similar energy here. Again, a lot about solitude. This could help you to really think things through. You're going to intuitively know. I feel like many of you intuitively know what some of these issues about, which friendships, I keep saying friendships, there could be a need with friends, which relationships are not going to make the cut. Okay. I felt so guided to pull all these angel decks, so we are almost done, you all. I'm getting such a quiet energy, like a decisive. I feel like many of you already know the answer, and it's like head over heart type of decision. And this is about following your heart and really tapping into your intuition, especially with messages you're getting. What other messages for this week, please? Okay, we'll try once more. What other messages do we need to know for this week? Okie dokie. Thank you. Faith, humanity, and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Definitely. I get throat chakra energy. What is it with roses, you all? Look at this. This reminds me of the Wu Wei card, because there's an element of faith here, of just letting things go with the flow. Be careful of forcing things, especially with people, but situations too. Be careful of forcing anything. If you feel like you have to do something and the feelings you're feeling are kind of fearful, doubtful, more than likely it's not coming from a place of peace, of knowing. Because when we know, it's a calmness. I'm hearing detach. Some of you may need to temporarily detach from a situation, from an energy, or from people, some type of energy sphere. There's a need to regain balance within yourself. Perhaps the solitude and the grounding that we have here, and taking time out for yourself, because I got a very much an energy of focusing on yourself. Strong energy of going back to you and focusing on yourself. I feel like this message is everything is going to work out for you in the best way possible. I think I saw one flip, you all. Hold on. Okay. Wait, this one did. Okay. Oh, and we have here invite help. There's a strong need here to ask for help. Some of you may not be used to asking for help, but ask your spiritual team, whether they're angels, your guides, ancestors, spirit animals, dragons, animals, whatever they are. There's a lot of birds here, so there's a lot of messages, communication that's going to happen. Surrender. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's the hardest, to stop trying to control the universe. You guys, this is the element of Wu Wei. And we got it here with trust. Relax and open up to source. Surrender. You may be at a point right now where things may not be working in the way that you want. I'm getting situational things, but also with people. And it's very uncomfortable because it's almost like you're at a crossroads. I'm hearing almost like in between stage. Signs. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. This could be confirmation for some of you. You are receiving signs. I'm hearing repetitive numbers, animals. You may be seeing roses, flowers, or smelling them. Those are angels near you. What else? What other signs? There's a lot of, you may be seeing orbs or glowy things. I don't know what to call them. A lot of light beams. There's a lot of light here, a lot of circular beams, glows. Okay, we're almost done, you all. What message of self-care, self-love do we need to know for this week, please? Oh, crap. Shit. How do they turn over? I'm like, I don't want you guys to turn over. There's a lot of you. Okay, we got 5, dance. This reminds me of the Wu Wei energy and surrender, because you know when you dance, you just go with the flow of life. You just go. If you've ever seen dances, I mean, although there are different types of dances, right? Some of them are like the robotic kind, but there's an element of just going. Change is not possible without movement, and movement is everywhere in the universe. You are invited to join in a dance. Yeah, this is a time of change, of transition. 26, listen to feedback. Nothing can make you feel small unless you allow it. What you take from feedback and how you respond is entirely within your control. Again, another focus here on communication. There's going to be communication happening, I feel, this week and in the coming weeks, just in general. Communication always happens, but I feel like more so, especially concerning relationships. There's just a strong theme here about that. Speaking your truth, expressing yourself. Some of you have things you want to say. We have clarify your desire, 11. So some of you may be seeing 26, which reduces to an 8, a 5, 11. Be clear about what you want. Do not ask out of lack, but from the deepest joy in your heart. And this was something that we got earlier. Okay, I have to move all these cards. With the 9 of Cups. Also with all the water energy. This is about investing in yourself. But it was also with the Page of Cups. Where is it? Right here. Page of Cups is very much about dreaming, manifesting, but getting also very clear, because sometimes when you have too many dreams and they're not clear, focused, we can bring in things that we may not want. So get really certain about what it is that you do want. Kind of like taking this contemplative mode and grounding, actually. Taking time for yourself, solitude, hermiting. It's a great way to figure out, what do I want right now in this season, or in the next 3 months, 6 months, half a year, whatever it is. You know, some of these decisions that you have to make about people, about relationships, it could have to do with clarifying what it is that you truly desire and want in life, what your values are. Because I'm not sensing some of you want what these relationships mean or what they represent in your life anymore. And people change, we grow, we can move apart, grow apart. And that means that they need updating, right? What it is that we want. Okay, one card flew out. This is a self-care message. Put it up here. Okay, we got 44. Some of you are seeing 44. Sex, self-care. So this could be one way to take care of yourself, to engage in maybe physical intimacy with your partner. I'm also getting self-care with you, though. A lot of focus and energy here about intimacy, getting to know who you are on a deeper level. There's different forms of intimacy. Because you don't always need a partner for your sexual health, for your sexual relationship, right? Sometimes it means exploring what you enjoy on your own. Reinvigorating your sacral chakra too. This is the home, the center of your creativity. Also very much tapped into the feminine energy here, because we had a whole row of them. We had the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups. Focusing on tapping into the divine feminine energy. So this could, to me, it could also speak of creativity, of self-expression. We also have, as I say that, 17 reduces to an 8, create art. There's a need for self-expression. And again, you know, when you think about it, sex and creating art, they're very much two different forms of expressing yourself, of communicating. So communication comes in many different forms, not just verbal. Some of you may need to engage in some practice that allows you to get what you're feeling out. Because any of these practices they're very therapeutic. And again, use your judgment, use your discernment and your caution, and just be safe. But there's something here about getting things out. We're going to pull a final animal oracle and see what the final message is for this week. It's a final guidance, please. Thank you. Ram, perseverance. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up and good luck will follow. Wow, so everyone, so many things. Again, common themes about communicating, expressing yourself, relationships, tapping into your intuition and really connecting. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. There's a sense here of keep going on your journey. What doesn't flow with you anymore, just let that shit go. I hope this reading has helped for this week. Comment down below if this resonated. Let me know how you're all doing. Again, thank you so much for being here. If this helped in any way, I would love it if you could support me and my channel and hit the like button, subscribe, share, And that's it. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Thank you all so much. I'm wishing you a beautiful week ahead. Take care.